I think that the new M1 Macbook Air is the most impressive computer that Apple has out on the market right now. And I think that it is the best option for new YouTubers and new videographers who are looking to get into something to edit their videos without paying an arm and a leg. So today, that's what we're talking about, and make sure you stick around to the end because I've got a little secret for you for how to save a couple of $100s when you get this thing. This week we are in Los Lunas, New Mexico, and again, we are in a one-bedroom situation. So I'm just gonna record in the van. You haven't gotten to spend enough time in the van, mainly because the majority of the time that we've had it, it's been like -20 outside, and I didn't really want to hang out in here. So a big part about doing this whole YouTube thing while being on the road is that I need to have something portable to edit all of my videos on. So it's really important for me to have a good laptop that I can edit all of my videos on and do all of my graphic design on and all of my voice acting on. And while we were in Canada, my laptop that I'd had for 4 years decided to go kaput, so I needed to replace it, and fast. So I immediately went on to the Apple website looking for the equivalent computer, just pretty much the exact computer that I'd had before, but newer. And I was a little shocked by how much it was gonna cost me. I was pretty sure that I was gonna have to go without a computer. And about this time, the M1 Macbook Air had just come out, and a bunch of other people kept talking about its virtues and what an amazing computer it was. Now, I actually used to work at the Apple Store selling Mac computers, and I would have never, ever told anyone that a MacBook Air would have been a good idea for them unless all they did was surf the internet and reply to emails. But with this one, they supercharged this thing. It's got a brand new chip in it, which I'm not going to bore you with, but all you need to know is that the M1 chip inside of this thing is amazing. Okay, that was really bad. Now I want you to listen to me, because if you don't pay attention to anything else that I say throughout this entire video, you need to remember this. Do not buy this computer without the M1 chip. If it doesn't have the M1 chip, it might as well be a completely different computer. So make sure that you're not picking up some refurbed model that is last year's or a used computer that is from last year, because you're not going to get the same performance and you're going to be coming back to me saying, you said I could get this computer, and it's not the right one. Okay, so let's finally get into why I think this computer is the best one for you. The first thing is the power. This computer is incredibly powerful. I work on professional graphic design and video production software all the time on this thing, and this thing handles it like a champ. It handles better than my old MacBook Pro, which even 4 years ago cost 3 times the price of this thing. The second thing is the battery life. If I start the day off with this battery charged all the way, it will last me all day long. The third thing, and this is kind of what it's sold for, and some might see it as a pro and some might see it as a con, but it's the size. It is so small. It is so slim. It's so much smaller than my old computer. It slips into my backpack easily. It's super light, so if I'm carrying it around, it doesn't weigh my backpack down. I don't remember which number we're on, but the next thing that I really like about this computer is that it comes with iMovie on it, which is especially great for you because iMovie is an excellent video editing software, and it's actually what I learned how to edit on. You can get a whole lot done with iMovie. And the last thing about this computer, and the biggest deal, is the price. This thing is $999. When you think about the free programs that come with this computer, iMovie, GarageBand, for those of you who are doing podcasts, GarageBand is a fantastic audio editing software. You also get the equivalent of Microsoft Office in here. When you think about the value that you're getting with everything this computer can do and the free stuff that you're getting with it, it's just an absolute steal. So I've piqued your interest. You head on over to the Apple website and you see that there are a bunch of customization options, and there are 2 versions of this computer. Which one should you buy? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly which one I think is most likely the best option, but I don't know your exact situation. So let me give you a couple of tips to make sure that you're educated enough to make a few decisions for yourself and you're not just flying blind. So there are a lot of things to base a computer purchase off of, and you're going to see right below that there's a whole laundry list of things. You're going to see Radeon this and NVIDIA that. Don't worry about those. The two things that you want to be concerned with are your storage and your memory. So I want you to think about this computer purchase real quick like you're buying a car. Storage, which is literally storage. This is going to be where you store all of your folders and your files and your pictures and your videos, everything that you're working on. But I want you to think about this like the trunk of your car. So the higher the number in front of that GB, the more storage space you're going to have, the more cubic inches of space in your trunk you'll have, so you can store more things inside of it. Your memory is like your car engine. So the higher the number, the more powerful and the faster your engine is. Programs are going to load faster, things are going to move more smoothly, and you can have more programs open at the same time. So right off the bat, the 7-core is enough. It's going to be our jumping off point. So you need to think about what all you're going to be using this computer for. Are you going to be mainly surfing the internet, checking emails, iMovie to create like a weekly video, maybe some Canva here or there? Or do you plan on, even if not now, eventually using pro level software? Multiple things open at the same time, maybe working on your video and your podcast and some graphic design stuff all at once. If you are on the heavier side of things, you might want to consider spending a little bit more and springing for the 16 gigs of memory. This is also going to future-proof you a little bit so you can keep it longer. And if you're on the lighter side of things and you're not going to be running a whole bunch of crazy stuff at once, I can tell you with confidence that the 8 gigs of memory is going to be more than enough for you. Okay, moving on to storage. If you keep everything in your life on your computer, I'll tell you right now that the amount of storage space that comes on the base model is not going to be enough for you. But don't get that extra storage by upgrading this computer. For a fraction of the cost that it would cost to buy the computer with larger storage space stock inside of this, you can get double the storage space with an external hard drive. This is the Samsung T5. It is a solid state hard drive, which means that there are no moving parts in this, there are no fans or anything crazy inside of this, which means that it's much harder to damage, but also it is infinitely faster. The hard drive on the inside of this computer is also a solid state hard drive. That means that this is going to move just as fast, if not faster, than the built-in hard drive in this computer. And in fact, there's an even faster version of this one out now called the T7, which is definitely faster than what's going on in here. So you could have a ton more storage space for a fraction of the price, and you might be thinking, okay, well, I don't want something else to carry around with me. That's just something else that I can lose. And believe me, I feel ya. Jessica will attest to the fact that the thing I say more than anything else is, I can't find my phone. I can lose this thing in 2 seconds. So if I can lose the phone, I can definitely lose something the size of a credit card in about 0.5. But I've got a little trick for you. What I have done is I have put a case on the outside of my computer, which simultaneously protects it, which is fantastic, and everything on the back that I need to carry around with me is Velcroed to it. I also have an adapter so that if I need to plug in an SD card, if I need to use something that's got a different port than what I have on my computer, I can just plug this in, and it also gives me some extra ports. And the whole thing slips into the laptop sleeve in my backpack. I don't even have to unplug anything. So by no means, because I know that there are some of you out there watching thinking, that's not the most impressive computer that Apple makes. I know that it's not the most powerful computer in Apple's arsenal. I know that they've got some incredible computers that this doesn't even hold a candle to. But for the average user, entry level to even advanced, who just needs something for editing their videos that's lightweight, that's easy to take around, that's not gonna completely put them in the poorhouse, this is a freaking awesome machine, and I cannot say enough great things about it. So if you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up. And if this is your first time here, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, because I come out with a new video every single week made specifically to help new videographers and entrepreneurs just like you. And with that, I will let you go because I probably completely talked your ear off. I'm just really excited about this computer. Next week, something completely new and awesome, so make sure you check back, and I will see you then.
Absolute power!